Most of the 51st annual Purdue Grand Prix was a duel between pole sitter Matt Bartolowicz in the number 13 neon orange Hillenbrand Hall cart and John Laski driving the number 25 IUPUI Motorsports cart. The two experienced racers swapped the lead multiple times as they lapped the majority of the Purdue student teams at least once. But Bartolowicz struggled to hold the lead into 80 laps after a collision with the Shreve Hall team ripped part of his cage from his chassis. The accident also damaged his exhaust system, sapping horsepower. On lap 135 of the 165-lap race, Bartolowicz was black flagged, removed from the race by officials for safety reasons. Laski, the new leader, was well ahead of the field and cruising to victory when the final race on the 40-year-old track came to an abrupt halt just a few yards from completion. The red flag had been thrown to allow paramedics to evacuate Laski's IUPUI teammate Lindsey Tilton. Grand Prix Facilities Director Adam Trost said she had been running third before she got into an accident on the east end of the track.
This is by far the weirdest ending to a race we've had, especially with the rain to delay it at the beginning and then this type of ending. It was definitely a weird year to end the race at this track.
When the 2008 race, which raised $10,000 for scholarships, restarted 15 minutes later, only the top 5 carts participated, running a largely ceremonial final lap. The victory was somewhat bittersweet for Laski, who had hoped to battle Bartolowicz to the end.
We were both pretty equal. At the beginning of the race, we kind of swapped the lead a couple times. Then after the pit stops, he had a really good pit stop and came out way ahead. There's a bunch of lap cars I had to get through to get to him. We're closing in on him, and I knew something was wrong because he'd get out in open space and we could catch him real quick getting to lap cars. So I don't know exactly what happened, but it's unfortunate that he had to get black flagged to win that way.
Josh Daly eased into second place, well behind Laski. Daly, who suffered mechanical problems in the last lap last year, said he wasn't willing to make a foolhardy run at Laski late in the race.
I noticed, about 10 laps or 20 laps to go, that 13 was gone. I radioed to my crew chief. I said, "I'm in second." And he goes, yeah, 13 got hit or something like that. I was like, oh, that sucks. I'm in second. I was like, where's 25? He's like half lap ahead of you. So I was like, I'll just cool it then because I don't need to break anything.
Tilton's late accident allowed last year's winner, Liz Lehman, the Grand Prix' first female champion, to finish in third place.
Lap 140, when I saw that we were running fourth, I said, okay, this is likely going to be a top 5 finish. And I said, all right, the only thing that can happen for me to win this is if the top 3 guys get together and take each other out or something breaks. And so we had a lot of lap traffic. I didn't want to get too aggressive. I wanted to finish the race. And it's not, I don't consider it settling for something. It was a smart race, and, in racing things unfold for you, and this was how the cards played today.
Laski's victory in his last Purdue Grand Prix served as redemption for last year's race when he finished 8th despite spending more than 10 minutes in the pits with carburetor problems. Bartolowicz, who moved from the back of the pack last year to finish second, will get one more shot at victory lane at the new track being built at an athletics complex northwest of campus. At Purdue University, I'm Jim Shank.